Hi everybody, I'm back, and I'm back with more eaten and more country eaten. And so I received this package a little while ago. Look at this great big package, huge package. I have a viewer named Sudipta who lives in the United States, Bangladeshi American, and he makes regular trips back to Bangladesh with his family. And so on his most recent trip back, he collected a bunch of treats for me. So I'm super excited to try a new part of the country, a new part of the world. I haven't really had much of Southern Asia. Or Asia for that matter, really. So Sudipta, thank you so much for sending this to me, and sorry for the delay of getting this posted, but I've been kind of busy. Anyways, he wrote me a lovely letter, included a map to show me his hometown and where he's from, and a little background about Bangladeshi foods. He said there's a lot of savory snacks and actually not that much of a focus on sweets. So a lot of the things that he sent me are savory, which I don't mind at all. And then he gave me a Bangla lesson at the bottom. So I'm sorry if I'm going to butcher my Bangladeshi friends. I'm sorry if I butcher your language, but unfortunately Google Translate doesn't have Bangla, or it has Bengali, but it doesn't allow for this listening function, so it'll translate it, but then I can't hear it, so my pronunciation will probably be poor at best, but I'm trying, right? Moha, Jose. Moha means fun or delicious, and Jose means it's been made. So it's been made delicious. Moha Jose. It's just to say something that tastes bad, you would say Karap Kate. Kate? Kate. Karap Kate. Bombay sweet chanachur. And he says it's the spicy mix of fried goodies. So let's try that. Chanachur. Maybe. Spiced smell, like a bit like curry or something. And inside, ooh, look at that. And you get this mix of fried snacks. So there are some nuts, looks like some peanuts. It looks a bit like corn chips, and there are some peas, like split peas in there. So let's try it. That's good. So some bits are not as crisp as I thought they would be. That is a really good snack. I think that would be great with a nice cold pint. So, little crispy bits, and all delightfully seasoned with spice, like a curry blend. And a nice blend of textures. So, I know what this is like. This is like a South Asian version of like Chex-Mex. You know, you Americans know what Chex-Mex is. It's like a blend of cereals, really, that's been flavored with Worcestershire sauce and butter, and nuts, and then you snack on it, you know, like a party snack, party mix. This is very similar, but a Bangladeshi version or an Indian version, flavored with a really complex flavor of spices, curry spices, and nice and salty and savory, and different textural crunches. Really good. I could eat a lot of that. It's no wonder it's a nice big bag. It's called Mr. Cookie. So that looks pretty straightforward. Sudipta says that Mr. Cookie is a coconut flavor. It's the most popular cookie in Bangladesh. So, perfect. Ooh, and yes, it smells like coconut. And for you non-coconut eaters, sorry. Several cookies. Wow, it's super light. Look at that. And smell coconutty and buttery. So, let's try it. Wow, sweeter than I expected. Very, very lightly textured. So it's like a biscuit, but even lighter. Lighter than, say, like a Marilu cookie, or just falls apart. Very tender, almost like a pie crust. Very flaky, with a thin layer of like a sugar glaze on top, and coconutty, but not overly so. Coconutty and subtly buttery. That's really good. I think it would be, again, be great with a cup of tea. But I don't think this would be dippable. They're so thin, I think if you dipped it into your tea, it would just disintegrate. I guess Leis has reached Bangladesh as well. So this is Leis, but it's India's magic masala flavor. Who would have thought, right? Oh, and it smells very familiar. It smells like a bit like barbecue potato chips, with a little bit more of kind of a tanginess. And the chip looks very much like your typical ruffle-ridged potato chip. Let's try it. That's good. Wow. That's very familiar. It's a very familiar flavor. It actually tastes a lot like an American, like, ranch potato chip, but a little bit with this different kind of color. Very familiar flavor. With the biggest difference I notice is there's a little bit of latent heat. It's a little bit spicy just at the very end. It doesn't have the smokiness of a barbecue, but it has that. I'm not sure what flavor that is, but it's good. It's probably called MSG, but that's good. I had expected that to be more like garam masala or more kind of spiced, with more like cardamom or cumin and cinnamon, but it doesn't have that spice flavor profile at all. It has more of a, like I said, like a ranch, cool ranch flavor with a little bit of heat. It's surprising, but good, really good. So I imagine, like a lot of former British colonies, biscuits are really popular because biscuits are the best friend of tea. So there are several biscuits here, and I'm really excited to try them because I love biscuits. So here's another one called Crispy. What's this? I guess it's a C. It looks like a chocolate biscuit. It's a chocolate, but it's very blonde. And it smells a little bit more nutty than chocolatey. But let's try it. That's it. It's got a little bit more crunchy texture than the coconut biscuit. And you know what? I really don't taste any chocolate. To me, it tastes a little bit more like a kind of nutty. A little bit kind of nutty, and it's the texture is more like a shortbread. It's got a very kind of looser crumb and slight butteriness, but it definitely tastes enriched, and the texture is enriched. But the flavor isn't very strong. It doesn't taste strongly of butter or of chocolate, more of kind of like a toasted nut, but not bad. Again, I think this would be enhanced if it was with tea. Not bad. This is great packaging. It's called Mr. Twist. Again, made by Bombay Sweets. That's what it looks like. And the shape is like this. It's a bit like those twisted pastas. So let's try it. Ooh. I like that. So it doesn't taste that strongly of potato. When I taste potato, I think of like a Lay's original potato chip. Kind of a neutral flavor. Slight bit of tanginess. The crunch isn't as it's a kind of a softer, firm crunch. Not a crisp, but a crunch. And pretty good. A very light potato flavor and very interesting kind of crunch. Beautiful package. Isn't that marvelous? And inside are these little pieces of toast. It smells herbed. I thought this was going to be sweet, but it smells savory. It smells maybe like rosemary or very interesting. It's sort of like a sweet savory hybrid. The texture and almost flavor is very similar to a crouton. Slightly sweet, but it has this kind of savory herb component. Like I said, rosemary or thyme or something in there. Very interesting because it's slightly sweet, but it's not greasy at all. Croutons sometimes tend to be a little bit greasy or cheesy. It's not like that at all. This is pretty straightforward. Made by BD Foods, called Bongo Bar, Mango Bar. So tiny little bars. How cute! This is the Bengal word for this is shakto. Sorry. You see it? It's kind of gelled and a little bit translucent in color and smells like fruit. Let's try it. Mmm. That's good. Very thick fruit leather. Gelatinous. I think a lot of pectin. Gelatinous texture. Not overly sweet and definitely mango. It's like a natural gummy snack. This is called potato crackers. That's pretty straightforward. This one is spicy tomato flavor, again made by Bombay Sweets. And this is what they look like. They're like little scoops. And let's try it. Here we go. Mmm. Ooh, I like that. Kind of potato flavor, very similar to the flavor, potato flavor as the Mr. Twist, but slightly different seasoning. This seasoning is a little bit stronger, a little bit more aggressive. I wouldn't know that it's exactly spicy or tomato. Maybe similar to like a Shapes or chicken and biscuit or something like that. A seasoned cracker. That's what this tastes like, but a little bit different texture. This is really good. I like this too. Dana Salachi. So Sudipta says that although this is called Danish, I think it's more like a Danish style. He said this is a Bangladeshi company. So inside, got lots of biscuits. Oh, these are so delicate. Look at them. And tiny, tiny print. It says Danish. So there's the cookie. It smells like vanilla. Very, very thin. Here we go. Mmm. All these biscuits are a little bit different. It's so interesting. Texture is light and crisp. Not really buttery. There's pictures of cardamom pods on here, but I don't really taste cardamom. But maybe it's because my palate isn't adjusted for it. These are called ding dongs. Now I love this name because in the States we have something called ding dongs and they're completely different. They're these chocolate rolled cakes coated in chocolate that are called ding dongs. These are called ding dongs, but these look to be little wafer cubes. So these wafers are wildly popular. I've seen them. I've had so many different versions. I had a Polish version. I've had an Austrian version. I've had a Kuwaiti version. I've had so many different kinds, and so now this is made by the company Hake. It looks a lot like Nabisco, but it's not. They're pink. They're pink wafers with cream in the middle. Mmm. And they taste exactly the same as those wafer cookies that we have in the United States, with a little bit of cream sweetened, not cream, but maybe cream, sweetened filling in the middle, layered with maybe 4 layers of wafer. And in the United States, in the US, we have them the same exact thing, but they're shaped in bars. And we have them in chocolate and vanilla and strawberry. And this is just like the strawberry version, the pink version, exactly the same. It's so wonderful to try all these different things from different parts of the world and see what the similarities are and to see what the differences are. And to try things like the Bongo Bar, which I've never tried before, or chanachur. Chanachur is awesome. One of my favorite things about doing all this Emmy Made in Japan stuff is how this has evolved, how the Emmy Eats has evolved into a whole new, something that I would have never expected or planned. And it's all thanks to you guys. Thank you guys so much for sending me all these wonderful packages from all over the world. And I'm so happy to be able to eat them and share them with others. So Sudipta, thank you so much for sharing Bangladeshi treats with me. And yeah, it's so wonderful to hear from you, and thanks for sending me a great letter, and best of luck to you, and you're on the East Coast too, so yeah, thanks so much, and thanks for thinking of me, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. See you, bye!